Ballin'. Jim Jones, the capo, just exposed Camron and the inner turmoil that Dipset was dealing with when they was red hot, on fire, fuego, out of here. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you the clip. We're going to break it down. I'm 7 Day. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. You tuned in to the 7 Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
Even a Cam right now, he just did the interview with 50.
For the younger audience, we had like a rap battle thing at one time. And 50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show.
I'm be on my right? Got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them in life, you heard? Both of them. Pause though, get off my There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit like that.
Yo, you never clear shit up, and we never hear your side of the story. Cam was like, I thought we could pull it together. Next thing I know, I see Jim performing with.
I ain't think nothing. He could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. He couldn't tell me nothing. Like, let's not get this shit twisted. Like, nobody could tell me nothing. I was my own boss. I did what I did as a soldier because I was a soldier. You heard? I had to soldier me nothing. You heard? I did what I wanted to do. I seen the shit wasn't going right, so I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do for Jim Jones because that was supposed to be the Dawn wasn't taking care of the capo. Started feeling like the Gotti movie, you heard?
But what was the point where you realized I'm gonna have to do what the gotta do because this shit?
I mean,
there was definitely the last straw.
There's nothing in my memory like, yo, that was the last straw, but it was just the sequence of the way things was going, and then it came to a point where I had to worry about who Jim Jones was moving forward. Then I was worried about anybody else because nobody else was worried about me. I got to a point where I became famous too. There was a point where all the famous people know me. Then after that, it was like, shit, I'm just as famous as all the famous people. I can't do what I used to do for you. You heard? Somebody got to do that for me right now because I'm super lit. You heard? But I put my life on the line for all of this, you know, and everybody knew that. I'm doing the same thing in return.
What's something that stands out to you, though, when you realize it really wasn't for you? I know you say you've been seeing it, but there's a moment, bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
When you start to feel like somebody, when you start to feel like somebody want to see you do good but not as good as them, you're like, oh yeah, I know what this move is about. You heard? Everybody don't got the mind of a real leader.
Who reached out to who when you went out to perform? Cause
I had Ballin'. I had the hottest record at the time. My record was hotter than 50's records at the time when Ballin' spanked out and shit like that. When Cam did this shit with calling the station up over the cot shit and all that shit, I felt that was childish. That wasn't, like, you don't press no real buttons and you're not about to come outside when it's time to really get active. So how dare you do some weak shit like that that really didn't hold no merit? Like, you start going crazy over Koch, over a white man that been jerking us since we got signed there, and whatever backdoor deals you had with him serves you more advantageous than it served me. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, so when that shit went on, I was like, that was kind of weak. That was corny, because at that time, there was no real beef. We was just the most powerful groups of individuals that's running New York at the same time. So in my mind, I was like, it's more advantageous for us to try to figure out how us to start to move and do tours and really go crazy and figure out, because that we were sizzling, but this was on Mars. Doing regular shit. They wasn't doing arenas every night. We doing clubs every night. We got the city and the urban communities on fire and shit like that. In my mind, I see an opportunity for us to really start. You heard? Like, we had all the power and shit like that. My mind ran different and shit like that. So when he did that, I'm like, damn, all that up. You heard? And then it was like, now you want to start a beef with these over what though?
So you never understood why he started beef with them?
Nah, I didn't understand that. I heard what the dude said, oh, Koch was a graveyard and all this type of shit. I didn't give a fuck about none of that type of shit. You heard? Like, and it really hit me. I was on fire at that time. I don't care about what you say and shit like that. We on an independent label getting stupid though. Like, we did shit that nobody did in the game. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, that shit was whack. I don't like how this shit is going. I gotta start really doing shit that's gonna benefit me, because it seems like you don't want to see nobody else win.
Right.
And I need to win. I gotta win in spirit.
So,
You heard? I didn't put all this work in for nothing. You dig? I didn't teach myself how to rap for nothing. I didn't jump all on this game to be famous for nothing. I need to capitalize and be just as famous as the most famous, most successful, rich person in this game also. I'm now in the game.
I still gotta know, like, how did that work? You performing, like.
They called me like, yo, you want to come out and perform at the show? Shit, yeah, I got the hottest record, I'm popping out. And I would look at me sideways, think they're gonna do anything funny. I'm with all of that. We'll boom this shit up. It'll be nasty in New York. That's how I was living back then. That's what I was on. I wasn't on nobody's friendship. I was in there like a pirate. What's up? What's up? That's how I was. You dig? Like, hope everybody be calm, because y'all know this shit gonna go way left real quick. You dig? I'm here for what I need out this shit.
Right.
It's that crowd to hear me do balling, and let me get the out of here.
Yeah, so it wasn't no deep thought, like, this is like, nigga, it's an opportunity, I gotta go.
Yeah, I wasn't going there to do nothing genuine at all. I didn't even dress. But he had a platform for me to perform on in front of thousands of people in New York. Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm popping out.
What up, y'all? You tuned into the 7-Day Theory, Hard Body, Hard Spirit. Check this. This is a new show on the channel called Lies or Law. It's going to be every week on the channel. New show. Now, Jim Jones, he said a lot. He said a lot in that interview. A lot to impact. To me, he said some lies, some stuff that ain't law, and he said some things that are law. A little contradictory, if you ask me. Now, Camron recently had 50 Cent on. Recently talked with 50 Cent, had him on the show. And he said that, yeah, you had Jim Jones. Jim Jones came and performed balling at a concert with 50 Cent in the midst of Camron beefing with 50. Now, right there, look, I grew up, these two factions, these two groups, these two movements, these two sets, 50 Cent, G-Unit, Camron, Dipset, Jim Jones, these was the biggest movements, the biggest groups in hip-hop at the time. They was both from New York. They was both scorching. I was a huge fan of G-Unit, 50 Cent. Humongous fan, probably a bigger fan of Jim Jones and Dipset. The style, unmatched. The fashion, the style of rap, what they were rapping about, everything, the aesthetics, everything. And Jim said that came from him. Even down to the pink that was viral before viral. When he started wearing that pink, Jim Jones said that was his idea. But in the midst of Camron beefing with 50, Jim Jones goes and performs Ballin' with 50 Cent. What? Wait, what? Hold up. This is your man. This is somebody you grew up with, somebody you came in to get, somebody you've been riding for, right? This is why the music business is some shit. It's like the cutthroat business, right? It's like a real cutthroat business. Cutthroat. Friends ain't really friends. Enemies ain't really enemies. It's like the WWE, but in real life. If your man's, you're the dude that you in a group with, that you are rocking with, that put you on, that's in your group, is beefing with somebody, you don't go do a show with him, Jim. And look, I love Jim. Jim is on my top 5 greatest rappers of all time. But this right here, that section of it, that's lies. I'm calling that lies right now. That is not law. If you rocking with somebody, if you consider someone your friend, you don't go over to the op side and do anything with them. Nothing. It definitely don't perform. And Jim broke it down. He said, look, I don't know why he went at 50. He really messed with 50. He liked 50 in G Unit. He said they was performing at stadiums. They was doing little club shows. But to me, they was both as big as each other. I don't think one was over the other, even though G Unit probably was more popular, right? They was performing in stadiums, and he said he don't know why Camron even beefed with him. He didn't want nothing to do with that. He was trying to link up with him and trying to collaborate, which that's what he did. But he should have either waited till the beef was over, or he shouldn't have did it at all. That right there is lies to me. And he tells Camron, he says in the interview, Camron beefed with 50 Cent because 50 Cent said something about Kosh Records, that it's like it's a graveyard that rappers go over there to die, right? Jim Jones didn't care about that. He's talking about Kosh Records. Okay, oh well, he's on fire. The whole world knows his song, is singing his song. It's on the radio, it's everywhere. He don't care that 50 Cent is talking about his record company, because it really ain't his record company. He just signed to the record label, and he's making crazy money because he's independent. So he didn't care about none of that. But you still should have kept it G with your friend. If you got somebody you rocking with, you don't go over to the op side and do nothing, collaborate nothing with them. And that's what he did. And you could tell that Jim Jones is a little salty about it. He's a little salty about it still, because he said, why they always got Capo's name in their mouth and all this, right? And then he said 50 Cent, he even threw this out to 50. He said, look, they can't dress. And to be honest, 50 and G Unit, they really they wasn't that fly. Let's be honest, y'all. They wasn't that fly. This was my era. This was like my teenage era growing up, was G Unit and Dipset. And I was a Dipset diehard fan. Jim Jones. I think Jim Jones was the best out the group. But he throws a little shot even at 50 Cent with this, talking about they can't dress and all that. Which really he ain't even lying. That's law, really. Jim knows fashion. Jim is a trendsetter. He didn't set trends. People are still dressing how Jim Jones was dressing back in the early 2000s. And he talks a little bit about Mace, how them. See, this is I like that he says this, but I don't at the same time, because as a Dipset fan, growing up watching him, right, listening to him, it gives you an insider perspective on what was really going on. So he's really giving you what was actually happening during those times that nobody knew about. Nobody knew about it until they then came out and did interviews now, years later. But while it was happening, nobody knew that they was having these conflicts. And they've had their public beefs. They separated at times. And I guess they don't really rock with each other now, but they were beefing for a minute. They were coming out saying stuff. Camron said that Jim Jones was wanting him to make up a fake beef for them to do, to fake beef with each other so they can sell more records, right? This is all documented stuff. This is all stuff that's been said in the past. So these guys they've been really at odds. And it really comes down to, look, he also said another thing, which I think is law, which is, he said that Camron is not a real leader. Because a real leader, this is law. A real leader does not hate on the next man. A real leader makes their team better. They don't get jealous or envious of if somebody is gonna outshine them or be more successful than them. Real leaders want their team and their friends to be more successful. They want that. They're not scared of that. And he's saying that, he said Camron didn't want him to supersede Camron. Camron didn't want Jim Jones to be more successful than him. And really, to me, he really was. Out of Camron and Jim is by far my favorite out of Dipset. And I think he was more popping, more lit than Camron. And he's still doing it. He still makes music. He's dropping an album. That's why I did his interview. He's doing a press press tour, right? Because he's dropping the album, still doing it, putting out heat after heat after heat at this age. That just shows what type of work ethic he got. So, like I said, that is law. He was right in a sense. He was right to feel a way about Camron not wanting him to succeed. That should not have happened. So I think that's when the turmoil started. When Jim Jones started to get popping and get lit and he's getting famous and everything, he's seeing that Camron is not feeling it. So that right there creates tension already. And then they have all the beef that and they separated and all that later on. So man, this was crazy to hear. It was crazy to watch because look, I love Dipset. I got Jim Jones in my top 5 rappers of all time. But it's sad at the same time. Like, I really don't want to hear this, even though it's really giving a historical event of what took place, of the people that was there, the people that were in it, about what took place during this time. And like I said, the rap game, it's a tricky game. People was your friend 1 minute, and the next day, they on stage with 50 Cent performing balling. I know Camron definitely had to feel a way about that. So yeah, y'all let me know in the comments, is this lies or law? Jim Jones going to perform with 50 Cent, is that lies or law? After he didn't agree with Camron beefing with 50 Cent. And he wanted to boost his career. But some things you got to put over your career. You got to put loyalty, you got to put honor before that paycheck, that cash, right? So let me know in the comments, lies or law. And Camron, let me know if you agree, if real leaders want their team to succeed. Let me know if that was lies or law. 7 Day, I drop content every day. We got memberships now, $1.99 a month. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out.